Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Latisse Hudson, and in 2018, I quit my corporate job, launched my coaching business, and in less than 1 year, I hit the six-figure mark. And now I'm here to help you do it too. So each week on the podcast, I'm going to share all things money, mindset, and online marketing so you can reach more people, make more money, and do what you love from the comfort of anywhere in the world. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the show. It's your time to elevate. Hey y'all. So I am so excited today. We're going to talk all about how to make money as a new online coach. So here's the thing. I was a new online coach at one point, and you are probably in that spot right now. And I know a lot of people are talking about there's so much competition. There's so many people getting into the industry. Is there enough clients left for everyone? Here's the thing. We have got to get shifted into belief and recognize that there is an abundance of clients, an abundance of people that need your help. So, I'm going to break it down today in 5 steps on how you can make money as a new online coach. It's not as complicated as you think it may be. I'm going to put it into its simplest form, and I want you to get inspired into taking action ASAP. So, let's kind of jump in and let's talk about the 5 points on how you're going to make money as a new online coach. So here's the thing. I talk to coaches all day long, every day, all day long. And if you don't know a little bit about my story, I'll kind of give you a little bit of background. So in 2018, I quit my corporate job. I was making 6 figures. I was a regional human resources business partner. And on paper, it looked like I had literally everything. It looked like I had the job, I had the money, I had the car, right? I had a company car, company computer. I was flying for travel for business, and things just seemed great. But on the inside, I knew that there had to be more. So I ended up I quit. I said, I'm done with this. I am not going to be behind these 4 walls the rest of my life. So if you can resonate with that, let a girl know over on social media. But I had to just quit. I had to leave. I had some money saved in the bank, and I decided to leave. So fast forward to beginning of 2019, I had 2 other businesses that I was running. I had a car share business, and then I also had an e-commerce business. I was selling like on eBay and Amazon and Poshmark, mostly selling used clothing, but also selling some hard goods. And like I said, fast forward to early January 2019, I just was starting to get really unfulfilled. I was really just down and out. I really was playing in victimhood. The bank account was dwindling. I was making enough to stay afloat, but it started to get to me. So I went out to a conference in San Diego in February 2019, and I had met people. It was primarily a car sharing conference, but I had met people that were doing like consulting and coaching on the side, and it wasn't really on the side. It was really like their main gig, and like their car business was their side hustle, but they were making like 6 and like multiple 6 figures. And I was like, there is no way you're making that kind of money. I'll be honest, when I first heard about it, I had saw it online. If you guys know the influencer Amanda Bucci, probably shouldn't call her an influencer because I don't really think that's her title anymore, but she is great people. I've chatted with her. But at the time, she was doing like influencer type fitness work, and she was coaching. And I was like, oh my God, like this seems like a scam. There is no way this girl, we're the same age. I think I'm like 2 months older than her, but same age. And I was like, there is no way in hell that this girl is making this kind of money. There's no way, right? I had this like block up. I was like, there's no way. It's a scam. And I just had all of these little blocks in my mind about it. And like, unbeknownst to me, it was my own BS and own money, money fears and money blocks. But when I went to that conference, I had thought about her, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, these people in real life, I can touch, smell, and breathe. Like they're making this money. Let me just go to YouTube University and see what's popping. So I ended up coming back home from that February conference from San Diego back to Denver, and I was like super inspired. I was like, hell yeah, I'm a business coach. Let's make it happen. After I kind of went down the YouTube rabbit hole and saw people talking about life coaching and business coaching and side hustle coaching and all these things. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. So what I ended up doing was I got my social media all fancy, and then I was just like, well, I'm a coach now, so everybody should want to work with me. And I had no real plan, nor was I like super clear on the problem that I solved. I was super inspired and super motivated, but I wasn't actually inspired into into action that made sense. So I started joining a bunch of Facebook groups because I was like, well, these people are saying they're making all this money, they're helping all these people, they're serving in, such a large way with impact. I've got to be able to, they've got to be somewhere. So Facebook was like kind of a safe space for me. I was really on Instagram too, but Facebook is a place that I turn to. So I ended up hiring my first coach. Shout out to her. She's amazing. I hired her and I was like, I actually was doing her beta launch. So I ended up hiring her and was like, okay, like help me figure this shit out because I don't know what I'm doing. And at the time I was like, I think I want to help people, work on their side hustles because I had some successful side hustles. I had turned those side hustles into businesses where I was making, anywhere to 6 to 8 grand a month roughly. So I was like, well, if I can do it, then I could help other people. That was like my thinking. But here's the thing, and when I look back at that time in my life and something my first coach really, really supported me with and helped me with was like figuring out like, hey, you have to have a really, really clear problem that you solve. So that's the first thing I want to talk to y'all about today is about having a really clear problem that you solve. Because when I look back, in between hiring her and when I started, it was about a 2 to 3 month gap. And I was just so mad and so upset because I was like, no one's buying. I'm randomly putting memes and graphics on social media, but nobody's buying. And the reason why nobody was buying is because I wasn't solving a problem for anybody. Clearly, like I was just saying I could help you grow your business, but that's not a clear enough problem. So I really want to share with you today about, when you think about as you're starting your coaching business and maybe you're in this spot where I was just randomly posting on social media. I wasn't really growing my account. There was the same old stale people from all my side hustles. And at one point back in the day, I had did Beachbody, like all these things. I had all these people on there, but they weren't really the people that needed what I had to offer. But before I could even offer anything, I had to get really clear on the problem that I solved. So some of the things my coach and I worked on, and something that I really, really, really focus on helping our clients with inside of our program, Social Selling Society, is that we really focus on getting you, the problem that you solve, getting it into one of the main 4 categories. And those 4 categories are going to be major problems or major categories that have major problems that people want solved. And those 4 categories are going to be the health space, the money space, the love space, and the spirituality space. Those all have problems that people solve. So when we think about if you're a new coach, say you're a health coach or you're a relationship coach, most people, right, that are walking around that are looking for some type of coaching or have a big problem, it's usually to do with one of these 4 things. They either want to lose weight or gain weight or, get their health in check. They want to make more money, get a new career, learn how to invest. They want to either get over love or find new love, or they want to work through their mindsets and work through their belief systems and things like that. We as humans are wired, right, to want all of these 4 things for the most part. So when I look at the coaching industry and look at the people that are the top 10%, the top 1%, they all fall into one of these categories. And here's the thing I want you to understand too. This is not about putting you in a box, but this is about putting you in a place where you can be expansive with your message and also have a focus and message so people know, hey, like that girl or that guy or that woman or whoever you are that's listening to this podcast, I need what they have to offer. And it's really clear. So I really want to challenge you if you've been thinking about starting your coaching business, becoming a life coach, a health coach, a wellness coach, a business coach, whatever kind of coach you want to become, is getting really, really granular on where can I fit? What problem can I solve? And that problem can be as simple as helping somebody transform their mindset and be more confident. It's really about how you're going to take somebody through that process. Okay. So it's not enough to just solve a problem, but it's the second layer of that, which we're going to talk about in a second with my second point, is that you've got to be able to take them on a journey and take them through a process. Our brains as humans were wired to like systems and processes. And a lot of times, especially when I'm working with newer coaches, don't want to niche down or don't want to be put in a box. And like I said, it's not about putting you in a box. It's about getting really crystal clear on the problem that you solve. Okay. So I really want to challenge you to pick health, money, love, or spirituality and work your coaching into one of those major problems, because it's going to be exponentially easier for your people to find you. We're going to talk about your people finding you instead of you having to always go find your people. They're going to be able to find you when they know what problem that you solve. Okay. So this is for your benefit. This is for your growth. This is for your impact. This is for you, allowing you to make more money inside of your business, because it's a lot easier to make money when there's a very clear outcome. It's a lot easier to make money when there's a very clear solution. It's a lot easier to make money when somebody knows what the heck you're offering. So I really want you to get really granular on what problem that you solve. And the best place to start with this is getting a key positioning statement. So a key positioning statement is really a statement all about how you help somebody. So you may have seen online, if you're looking at, just all the coaches in the industry, which is so beautiful, but a statement that talks about how you take somebody from A to Z. So for example, for one of the many positioning statements that we've had over the years as we've evolved is, we help our clients scale to consistent 10K months. Okay. So that's not really our positioning statement anymore necessarily, but that's a statement that we used to use. Another statement could look like, I help my clients lose 15 pounds in 90 days without extensive exercise or counting calories. Okay, so that tells me as a consumer, when I'm looking for support or help, okay, I'm not going to go to the person that's a general. You're going to go to the person that's a specialist. Okay, when we think about, I always like to tell this story, and I can't remember who I heard it from, but it was not my original idea, or original story, but it just stuck out really, really well for me. And it was talking about heart surgery. So if you're going to get heart surgery, are you going to go to the person that's a general, like a general doctor that's like, I think I can fix your heart? Are you going to go to the person that spent years and years and years? Or are you going to go to the doctor that has spent years and years of schooling just focused on heart and cardiology, right? So the other thing is, when we think about being a specialist, I don't know the exact numbers, but a general doctor makes far less money than somebody that's like a specialty doctor. So when you become specialized, when you become informed into, you're already an expert, obviously, but when you become specific, your people are going to flock towards you because they know that you have a specific solution or a specific like outlook on how you can help them. So that is going to be like the biggest thing that I want you to focus on as you're gearing up to make your first 5K in your business, your first 10K in your business, as you're launching your new coaching business, is to recognize, if you can solve a major problem, money is going to be in the bank, period. Okay. So solving a major problem is going to get you much further faster than your counterparts, your peers in the industry that are just really just out there winging it. Okay. So that's the first thing. Now let's kind of talk about the second thing that you need to really implement when you're looking at trying to make money and figure out how to make money, because it's not, like I said, it's not as complicated as we all think it is. When we look at making money online as a new coach, on top of, right, each of these points are going to build off of each other. When I think about the first one, solving a major problem, that's great. Now we know I help people do XYZ. This is specifically how I help my clients. Now, you've got to figure out what you're going to offer to those clients. I talk to so many coaches all day long that are like, I'm not making money, or I'm really trying to figure it out. And I ask them, hey, what are you selling? What's your offer? What are you selling to your people? And they're like, well, I'm selling this $99 session, or I tried this little $3 ebook. I'm selling these master classes and nobody's really buying. Here's the thing. Nobody wants, for the most part, these little like $99 sessions. People want transformation, believe it or not. Especially in this day and age, people, they want transformation. They want true connection. And when we think about, and I always say this, like, if you're going to put your best foot forward, if you're going to say, I am the best of the industry, or I'm the best of the best, or I'm really damn good at what I do, is that going to be $3, or is that going to be one session? It's probably not. Period. It's not. So when I think about when you're looking to transform into getting your business off the ground into profitability quickly, the best thing that you can do as a new online coach is to start off by selling one offer that you can price for $2, $3, $5,000. And here's why. That number may scare you, but I don't want it to scare you. When you are going to coach your clients, and we're coaching for success, and we're coaching for progress, and we're coaching for results, is that going to happen in one session? Most likely not. So when I look at my clients that are like, oh my gosh, or when they first come to us inside of Social Selling Society and they're like, I am so ready to make some money, and what I've been doing is selling $99 sessions. You wonder why you're burnt out, or you're frustrated, or you're overwhelmed, or you're feeling really stuck is because you're not actually selling your best thing. You're not selling the best thing possible for your clients. You're selling maybe what you want, but ultimately your clients want that transformation, like we just talked about. And that, again, is going to happen in a signature container, a signature program, a signature package. Because when we think about transformation, we think about a baby growing up, they don't grow up in 1 day or 2 days. They grow up over the course of 18 years. Okay, so now I'm not going to say your coaching program needs to be 18 years. That's not what I'm saying. But when we think about getting your clients from truly A to Z, when we think about processes and systems, that's gonna take a lot longer than one session. So a lot of our clients start off working, in containers where it's 3 months, 6 months, somewhere in there, and we're really able to gauge the success for our clients. When I worked with one of my coaches in over the course of 2020, we talked a lot about my coach Mariah at the time. We talked a lot about, what result do you want for your client? And if you want a true result for your client, that's not going to happen in that short amount of time. So it's really important that as you're looking at whether you're looking to go full time in your coaching business within the next 6 months, 12 months, what have you, or whether you're looking to really generate a sizable income on the side, that needs to happen where you're not trading all your time for money, because it's about the value that you provide. It's about the transformation. It's about the destination that you can get your clients to. It's not about here's a 60-minute session and good luck. It's about really taking them to the ends of the earth with your coaching. Because if you are the best out there, which I know you are, that's going to take a little bit more time. So inside of SSS, we really focus on helping our clients create a program that they're proud of, that their clients need and want, and that they can price for a higher dollar amount, because your time is worth a lot of money. Period. It is. If you're providing such a high level of expertise and value to your clients and changing their lives, which I know that you are, that is going to be worth a lot of money. Okay, so there's no discounts, there's no low ticket, no low dollar, none of that. There's a time and place for lower ticket items and lower priced items and ebooks and things like that. But if you're looking to make money as quickly as possible with integrity, right? And looking to serve, right? It's about the service piece ultimately, right? But we also want to make money, right? Let's just be honest. You want to make money as a coach. You don't want to be a coach that's given up a year or 2 years in because you haven't made any money. And then so many coaches and gurus out here in the marketplace will say, well, it should just be, you just only focus on the service. You can focus on the sales and the service and serve your clients at the highest possible level and make a lot of money. And I firmly believe that. I believe all businesses should be profitable. And the quickest way to do that is by creating a coaching program, a signature program that your clients want, need, and love. And it all starts with your confidence in that program. You've got to love that. You've got to shout to the ends of the earth that that program is the best damn thing since sliced bread. And when you're doing that, your clients are going to start coming to you. Okay, so creating a coaching program, we're not going to be selling sessions or consultations. We're not doing any of that. We're going to be giving our clients the best thing that we can give them. And we're going to be starting at the very top when we're creating our coaching programs as a new coach. It's going to be the quickest way for you to yield results. And it's going to be the quickest way to get results for your clients as well. All right. So here's the thing. When I started to do this, and when I made the transition in 2019 from selling, I had sold like a $40 session, a $99 session. I was selling like a little mini ebook course type of thing. I recognized it wasn't fulfilling me. What was fulfilling me was serving my people and serving them really well and getting them the results they came from. So when I went from doing all of that to at the time I went to my Elevate 1-to-1 program, my clients got better results. I felt more excited to coach them. And we all were truly in a partnership within a coaching client relationship. My income went from $3,000 a month, right, to over $20,000 a month the next month. It happened so quickly. Okay, so it boils down to I was in love with what I was selling, and I was selling something that people actually needed and wanted, not just what I wanted to do and thought was easier. I sold the thing that people really needed and wanted at the core of the result that I was providing. Okay, so get you a signature program, honey, because that is exactly what your clients need. So we got to start creating that and start thinking bigger and start thinking about, what's going to be best for our clients in the long term. Okay, and it's not going to be one session. Okay, so the third thing that I wanted to chat about on how you're going to make money as a new online coach, it really boils down to this. So many people ask me, Latisse, how in the heck am I, I've figured out the problem I solve, right? Now I've figured out, I've created a coaching program. The next thing that people always ask me is, okay, how do I get the word out there? That's usually the terminology that they use. How in the world do I get the word out there? Here's the thing. In order to get the word out there, I don't know why so many people think that people are just going to show up at their door. And at some point that will happen. But initially, when you're launching your business, right, the hardest thing you're ever going to do is make that first sale. But that first sale, people are not going to know about what problem you solve, what coaching program you have to offer if you don't tell them. So you've got to really get visible and start creating connections on social media. You need to tell everybody and anybody what you do, right? What type of coach you are and how you help people. Okay. So you're not going to be icky or spammy or anything like that, but it's just data. When we look at the data, if you get in front of more people and tell more people about what you do, by default, you're going to serve more people and get more clients, period. Okay, so here's the thing. My favorite place to do this and how we really took our business from 3K months to 20K months to $300,000 in cash a year to now in 2021 projected to hit over $1 million. We did it all through social media. So you can use social media in so many various ways, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or at the time TikTok or Reels or Pinterest or whatever way that you see fit. Our favorite here over at Latisse Hudson HQ is we love teaching our clients Facebook and Instagram because those are going to be the fastest paths. They have the biggest audiences, right? Or the biggest user base, I'm sorry. And that's where people are going to be freaking lit up. They're going to be lit up and excited to work with you when you show them the value and demonstrate what you have to bring to the table. Okay, so let's kind of talk about everybody always asks, what should be my content strategy? How many times should I post? Where should I post? I'm here to tell you none of that crap matters. It does not matter how many times you post. Like it does, but it doesn't. Okay. It doesn't matter on, if you choose Facebook or Instagram, it does not matter. What matters is that you believe that your offer is so damn good that everybody that fits the bill needs it, period. And when you start to believe that and show up in that, watch the world unfold and watch the magic that you're going to create start boiling over, right? It's going to just start boiling over and people are going to tell their friends and their friends and they're going to start messaging you and inbounding you and asking you tons of questions about how to work with you. It's going to start happening. So the first step of this though, when we think about it, I'm going to break it down into a couple pieces, right? Creating connection, getting visible. It really boils down to this. Showing up for yourself, whether that's on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Pick one platform. So many people get caught up in trying to be everywhere to all the people at all times. That's not what your people want. Your people want to know that you're consistent and that you're available and that you can solve their problems, but they can't know that if you're not visible. So I love coaching our clients inside of our society and letting them know, get visible in the way that you see fit. And that means if you love what you do and you know that what you have to offer is the best damn thing, you're going to tell literally everybody and you're going to show up literally in one platform, pick one, but you're going to show up all day, every day on that platform. Okay. It's not that I'm going to sit here and tell you exactly where and exactly when. What I am going to tell you though is that when you show up for yourself, your clients are going to start to fall in love with what's possible for them. They're going to start to fall in love with, wow, this is safe. They're going to start to fall in love with the idea that how they've been holding themselves back is no longer acceptable because you're going to speak volumes into and over their lives. And it doesn't matter if you're doing health, money, love, spirituality, whatever, anything in between. What matters is that you are going to be that safe space and that safe haven for your people to come to. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you how I did it when I was really ramping my business up. So I chose Facebook because Facebook for me was just so powerful. The community, the connections were just everything. They were everything for me. And I felt really comfortable using the platform. So I started to join Facebook groups. When I first started, I created my own Facebook group, which I don't necessarily recommend when you get started, but it is what I did when I started. I joined other people's Facebook group where I knew I could connect and talk to people. I started to create content and I talked about my own journeys. I talked about my struggles. I talked about what was happening in my own life. I talked about the results that I had got for myself. Because at that point, when I was really going from that 3K month to 20K, I was really working with, one or two clients at a time. So I didn't have a whole lot of social proof. But I talked about my journey and I connected with my people at a human level. And therefore, when I started to create these connections online through Facebook groups and referrals and people saying, hey, this is what Latisse does, I was able to start getting people messaging me. Oddly enough, my first client had been just been in my audience for months. I had, we connected or what have you, but never really had a conversation. But because I had content available, because I was consistent, because I was visible and not afraid, because I knew what I had to offer was so amazing, and I did it with conviction. She messaged me one day. I was like, "Hey, I need your coaching. I don't care what's the cost. I'm ready. I'm in. I need your help." I told her the cost. At that point, my one-to-one program was $3,000. And I said, "Did you want to do the pay in full or the payment plan?" And then she's like, "Well, how much is the payment plan?" And I told her, and then she's like, "Nah, let me just do the pay in full." So my very first high-end client was paid in full, $3,000, because I had created a space of not only like knowledge and education and things like that. That's very important. But I had created a space of value and over delivering, not to the point of like burnout at this point. We'll talk about that in later episodes when I had burnt out. But at this point, I wasn't burnt out. I was fired up because I was in love with what I was helping my people with. So here's the thing, right? I was able to take my people on a journey. I was able to speak life and conviction over what I could help them with. And I was unapologetic about it. I know you listening right now are probably like, "Oh my gosh, like I have not grown the people in my ecosystem. I have not connected with new people." I want you right now to go delete half of the people off your Facebook and go add 100 new people and watch how much they're going to engage with you, right? I had went from just a few engagements to hundreds of engagements on my content because I showed up for them and I showed up powerfully. I showed up because I knew that what I had to offer was the best damn thing around, period. I walked what I talked and I helped people and I talked about how I could help them. It gets to be so simple, y'all. It really, really does. It gets to be so simple. Social media is free. We live in the craziest time right now. It's the easiest time ever to be a millionaire. If that's not what you're looking for, that's fine. But most of my clients, right? Obviously, the first step as a new coach, we've got to make your first 5K, 10K, bro. We've got to get that taken care of. But the sky is the limit, period. The sky truly is the limit when you have these foundational things in place. Now, obviously, when you get to more advanced and you're doing different things and setting up, funnels and all these things that you probably hear all the coachy jargon, like I want you to forget all about that right now. And I want you to do these 4 things that we're talking about today. So I want you to go have more conversations. I want you to tell people what you do. I want you to go ask if they need help. That's what I want you to do today. So seriously, go delete half of the people off of your Facebook personal profile, or if you have a Facebook group, whatever, go delete half of those people because they're not there to support you anyway. Your friends and family are not your ideal clients. They're not your dream clients. But your dream clients can't get to you if you're letting that energy of, well, maybe I'm just gonna see. I'm just gonna see. We're not gonna just see, we're gonna take inspired, aligned action today. Okay, so that's the third point. You got to create connections and get visible because one conversation will lead to another. I always say this to my clients: you are one conversation away from a breakthrough. Can I get an amen? Okay, amen. You are seriously one conversation away from a breakthrough. Today's episode is sponsored by our signature group coaching program, the Elevate to Success Accelerator. Coaches tell me all the time, "I'm ready for freedom in my coaching business. One-to-one coaching has been fun, but I'm ready for what's next." Well, there is a time and a place for courses in one-to-one coaching. When you're looking to scale past those coveted 10K months, an evergreen group coaching program is absolutely necessary. When I launched my evergreen group coaching program in 2019, it literally changed my entire life and business. Why? Because I was no longer capped on time. I took my expertise, packaged it up, and sold it one to many every single day of the week. I finally got the real freedom that I've been looking for and the bank account too. This new way of coaching created massive leverage and massive impact. If you're anything like me, your freedom and impact is non-negotiable. This is exactly why I want to invite you to apply for the Elevate to Success Accelerator group coaching program. Just for applying, I also want to send you over a free exclusive advanced training I recently created about the 3-part framework to consistent 5 to 6 figure months with a high ticket group coaching program. This training is for coaches who are ready to create a group coaching program, attract clients on autopilot, and create a business that you truly love. It's for you, even if you have a small audience of never sold group coaching before. It takes just 2 minutes to apply. Head on over to www.latisehudson.com/apply to get all the details. The last point I want to talk about is when we think about starting to make money as a new online coach, you've got to book some calls and make an offer. You've got to ask people if they want help. Okay. And when you start to show up and share what you do and how you do it and how well you do it, people are going to start coming to you. It doesn't have to be that you are constantly having to outreach or having to send cold DMs, right? I don't see anything wrong with that, with cold DMs. But what I also know is that when you want to get to the energy of people just needing what you have so badly, it comes from you showing up. When I started to go live consistently, at this point in my business, I was doing lives like 3 times a week. I had nothing else to do. So I wasn't going to sit and just twiddle my thumbs and just hope and pray that clients would come. Okay. So I showed up for them so powerfully. I showed up, I did live video, I connected, and I gave people every chance, every moment. I gave them an opportunity to connect with me and book a call. That's what I gave them to do. Gave them that opportunity. That's the opportunity that I gave them because I knew that, well, they're already liking and engaging with my content. I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to help them see what's possible, and I'm going to show them what's possible based off of my own expertise and skills and any other of the clients that I've helped before, right? And if you haven't had clients yet, that's okay, because you're going to be your best case study, your best piece of social proof, your best testimonial. That's going to be you. I showed the people in my audience, right, that it was safe and that it was okay and that I was actually the expert and I could help them get to where they want it to be. Here's the other thing, y'all, is that if you don't tell somebody that you can help them, they're not going to know. And the best way to do that is like the piece we just talked about, creating connection. You've got to get in front of more people, right? And social media is free. So there should be no excuse on why we can't make this happen for ourselves. And then the fourth thing is in the sales process, right? You've got to book a call and make an offer to them if they're a good fit. Okay. And I'm on the side of caution. When you're just starting, you obviously, if you're a health coach, you're not going to take clients and show them how to make money. And we're not doing that. We're going to act out of integrity always. But if you're a health coach and somebody wants to lose, 10 pounds in the next 60 days, I think that's reasonable. So you show them how you can help them and ask them, do they want some help? When you start asking the question, does somebody want some help? You will be shocked and blown away by how many people need your help. And we need to start focusing on the people that actually need our help and not the people that don't. And so many people get so caught up in that notion of all these people are saying no, or nobody's responding, or nobody's engaging. Like I told you, my very first paid in full high-end client ever, high-ticket client, paid me in full. She had been watching me because I was consistent, I was showing up, and I kept telling people I could help them. And she paid me in full. And in fact, I was like, do you want to get on a call? She's like, no, I can just pay you now. So she paid me through a DM. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen for you, right? But it very well could. When you believe that your offer is going to change lives and you get into, you drop into your body and drop into your heart and start serving and making service a priority, whew, edges snatch for real. Making service a priority always, which is why I care about my clients so deeply, why I care about you so deeply right now, so you can start making money as a coach, is that it's service first always. And the other thing is, a lot of times I hear, I don't want to be salesy. Well, don't be salesy. Make the decision that you're just not going to be salesy and challenge yourself. If I was sold this way, how would I feel? And ask yourself and look through a different lens, how would I feel if I was sold this way? So that's what I want you to start. I want your gears to start turning, because making money as a coach, it does not have to be hard. It does not have to be difficult. It does not have to be salesy. It does not have to be where you make a sale one time and don't make it one again. You get to be profitable and make a lot of money, but it comes from a decision and shifting your belief into action, period. I want you to recognize that selling and serving are one and the same. When you come from the energy of this has to work or else, you're going to see sales maybe not show up in the way that you want them to. Or you're going to see you're not working with ideal clients. Or you're going to see that this feels really, really hard when it shouldn't feel this hard. But when you start serving your clients and showing up and giving tons of transformative value, it's going to start to feel easy. And I was nervous to say that, but it's going to start to feel easy for you because you're confident and you believe that what you have is amazing. Who wants a coach that's not confident what they're selling? I know I don't. I know I'd never go to a coach that is not confident or discounting their prices or saying, well, it might be too expensive, so I can drop the price. No. Here's the other thing when we think about sales, and what's so important that I want you to really capture from this episode today is that you are worthy as you are, whole and complete today. You are worthy as you are, whole and complete today. So I don't ever want you to question your worth. I want you to get out of your mind, get into your body and heart, and serve your people. It's not about, is this too much or are they going to buy? Think about the people that are going to buy. Think about the people that, that buy all the time. There are people that are chronic buyers. There are people that need you right now, but you potentially have made the decision that maybe they don't. But I want to challenge you with a different decision. Maybe they do. And maybe they need you right now. And maybe they need you today. And they don't know that, or you don't know that because you haven't shown up. And so I want to give you permission, not that you need it, to start showing up for your people. Because making money as a new coach gets to feel really good, and it gets to feel next level, honestly. I can even tell you when I really started to make money in my business, and even that first sale, I was screaming and hollering and just jumping down, and tears fell down my eyes because I had stayed with it. I didn't give up. I didn't quit. So if you're in that spot where you feel like nothing has worked for you or nothing has taken off, I want you to know that it starts with a decision to shift your belief that from it's not good enough or nobody wants it to it's so damn good that everybody wants it. And not everybody can have it. You get to start to be really, really picky when you are confident and you are showing up as the expert, and you are only going to be working with the people that you absolutely desire to work with. Okay? So making money as a new online coach, y'all, let's get to it. We are in the easiest time to become a millionaire, and I want you to have a slice of that pie, or all the pie. Shoot, if you want 3 slices or 5 slices or 18 pies, you get to have all of it, okay? So there is no coincidence that we went from, in our first year of business, just around $30,000 in cash, to our second year in business in 2020, doing over $300,000 in cash and almost $400,000 in sales, to in 2021, over $1 million in sales, period. It's because of these foundational pieces. So no, you don't need a website. No, you don't need a fancy certification. No, you don't need to be an expert at sales. No, you don't need to know everything about everyone and all the things. But what you need to do is solve a major problem, create a coaching program that you love and that your people want that takes them from A to Z. You need to create connection and get visible and scream from the rooftops what you do. And then you need to book calls and make an offer. Every single day. That's what you need to do. And that's a magic formula to making money as a new online coach, period. So I want to leave you with this question today. What would it be worth for you to take action today? What would it be worth? Changing a life, changing someone's business, changing someone's health, changing someone's relationship? What would it be worth for you? It starts to get really, really good. It really does. And I am so honored and so grateful and so blessed that we were able to crack the code, and I want to help you crack the code. All the decisions and all the drama going on in your head and all the what if it's not possible, that has to stop right now. And you have to get into belief, and you have to get into recognizing that you are good, whole, and complete as you are today, and that so many people are waiting for you. So don't deny people, your clients, don't deny your clients the greatness that you are because you're hiding, because you don't feel like you're good enough. And I've been there, and I don't want you to think that I'm just saying this. I'm saying it because it does. If it's not going to matter in 2 years or 5 years from now, why does it matter today? The only things that matter today is that you can help people solve a problem, and that you can get out there and shout it to the rooftops. Watch life get really good, and watch the clients start pouring in. And I'm just ready for you to experience the beauty that your business gets to be. So thanks, y'all, for listening to this episode. Making money as a new online coach is not as hard as everybody makes it out to be, and I'm just excited to guide you on this journey. There's going to be so many more episodes. We're going to break down each of these parts in more depth, but know that you are fully capable, more than you think you are, and your people are waiting and ready for you to serve them. See ya in the next episode. Hey, if you loved today's episode, I would love if you took a quick second to leave a rating and a review. It truly means the world to me and helps spread the message to coaches just like you who are ready to go to the next level in their business. And if you're ready to start scaling your online coaching business, I want to take the time to invite you to apply to join the Elevate to Success Accelerator. This is our exclusive high-level group coaching program for coaches ready to create and launch a signature group coaching program. This program will help you finally scale past those coveted 10K months and create a scalable business model for years to come. Head on over to www.latisehudson.com/apply to submit your application and get all the details. You don't want to miss it.